Hello, welcome to our kickoff. Welcome to this webinar to kick off Climate Action Project 2023. We're really excited. I'm joining from Belgium, and we have Jennifer as well, who is joining from New York for a very special reason. Jen?
Hi, Kuhn. Hi, everyone. Great to be here for our kickoff webinar for the Climate Action Project 2023. We are so excited to have 6 weeks where we will be working with you all and your students to take action for the planet. We also are here in New York City, so TAG is here representing each and every one of you at the UN General Assembly Week. It is also Climate Week and Global Goals Week, so we have had an action-packed last few days. So we'll be back at the United Nations today. It is Climate Day. Yesterday was Education Day, so two of our very favorite things here represented and big topics in high-level conversations at the United Nations. So we're going to share a little bit more on that today and all things Climate Action Project. So thank you all for joining from all around the world, being here with us, introducing yourselves in the chat, and we're ready to get going.
Awesome. Feel free to drop in the chat whether you're joining with students or just by yourself and where you're joining from. So on September 25th, we will be launching the Climate Action Project. It will run until November 2nd, and then we will celebrate. We will talk today about next steps, what to do, what to expect, but also we will explain how the new platform works as well. So in a nutshell, what is really important for you, this project is for you. It's free. It's for all of the teachers and all of the students present today. You can count on a lot of people. Thousands and thousands of people will be joining from across the world for 6 weeks. So we will be having 6 weeks of activities for students and a lot of opportunities for the teachers in the schools as well. Every week we will be sending guidelines on Thursday, but you can find those at the platform as well. Those will highlight what to do for the next week. Please, it's really important to know that you are in charge. It's not us who will tell you what to do. It is basically you who is in control, and you decide whether you want to spend half an hour, 1 hour, or a full day, or even more on the project. We have an app, which we will show in a minute. We have a platform, which we will briefly explore as well, but you will be able to be guided by our facilitators, and the facilitators are people who have been joining for several years, and they will be able to help you in their own native language, which are 15 languages today. Feel free to ask them advice. Feel free to share your concerns as well, not only best practices. They will be happy to guide you, as Jen and I and the tech team are as well. We will show you how to access the curriculum, the lesson plans, and the activities as well. Jen?
Thanks, Kuhn. Okay, so we have educators joining from all around the world. And if you've been with us from the beginning, we are now in year 7, which it maybe feels like a long time. But if this is your first year joining, you are early to the conversation around climate education too. So if you're a part of this project, you are helping to guide the conversation around climate action education for the world. So we have teachers joining across the curriculum. So every content area, we have science teachers, math teachers, we have ed tech coaches, librarians, art teachers, we even have PE coaches, administrators. We have every grade represented. So we have very young children all the way up through university joining together in this 6-week project to really take action for our planet. So we are going to guide you every week through a series of activities. If this is the first time you are incorporating climate action education into your lessons, you are going to be guided every step of the way. So we're going to start with causes and effects, and then we're going to move right into action, making connections from local to global. And then we're going to start working on solutions. So this will be an opportunity for you and your students to think together on ways that you want to contribute and take action in a way that makes sense for you. So as you're going to see with some examples coming up soon, that's going to look very different depending on who you're working with, where you live, and what is passionate for you, something that you want to take action on. So you're going to find that the lessons are very based on inquiry. So we're going to pose a lot of questions and let you create in a way that makes sense. We're going to finish up with week 6, where we're going to take collective action, and this will be an opportunity for you and your students to share about those solutions and ideas that you have for the future.
We have several resources for you, and including a curriculum, lesson plans, and activities, our platform, which we will explore in a few minutes, but also those facilitators we already mentioned. And so what we are going to do is create WhatsApp groups, but also groups at our new platform, which will bring you and other teachers together, but also those facilitators, so you can ask your questions in those groups as well. And we will be running several webinars as well. The curriculum. So why did we create a curriculum? We co-authored a curriculum, which is basically a teacher's handbook with WWF International. We wanted to make sure that we are able to give you the right and accurate data and facts about climate change, so you have the right context and background. There's also a chapter which dives into the pedagogy, how to teach about climate change in your classroom. On top of that, Jen has created lesson plans. Jen?
Okay, thanks, Kuhn. So as we mentioned, we're going to be guiding you through a series of activities over the next 6 weeks. So the lesson plans are really action oriented. So you're going to be able to go in and you're going to plan. You'll be able to reflect with your students. You can look to the curriculum and that teacher guide to help you have all of the accurate information on the climate sciences. But the lesson plans are really going to be about getting your students thinking, creating, taking action in their own way. So you'll be able to find all of the information for each week on the platform.
But it's not just us sharing with you. We don't have all of the knowledge. It's also you doing great stuff, basically. And we want you to share your activities as well. Maybe you created a solar light with your students, or your own bioplastic with milk and vinegar. That's pretty awesome. And it would be great if you can share those great ideas and activities with other participants as well. We will show you how to do that, but those activities include vertical gardens, making your own eco-friendly soap, driving, creating a small car which is driven by solar energy, or even water or salt, etc., etc. Really exciting things which you can replicate. And we're really, really, really excited about our new platform, which we launched only a few weeks ago, September the 1st. And so let's take a closer look into the platform. So there's a lot of new features in this new platform, and it requires signing in or registration. So if you already had an account at the old platform, please try to sign in with your email or even your user name, which you have been using with the old platform. And you will get an email with a link, and then you're all set. All of your data will be transferred from the old to the new platform. After signing in, you will be able to go to the platform, and it all starts with you, with your profile. You can add your picture, your biography. You can say hi on the chat, and you can see how many times other teachers have been acknowledging you, which is basically a pat on your back. But other people will be able to see your profile as well. They can see the language you speak, the age of your students. They can connect on social media as well, and they can send messages as well. You can claim your own badge or badges, and you can share stories about what's happening with your students or with your life as well. Keep track of the notifications. You can see what's happening there, who acknowledged your posts, new connections, etc. Then next, I would suggest that you create your own network. Start building a solid network of other like-minded teachers. You can do that by hitting this button, network, and then you can find other people basically in all kinds of languages. You can find people, let's say in Switzerland specifically. Let's give this a try. In Switzerland, with specific names, you can see their profile as well, etc., etc. You can connect and you can start working with them. Feel free to post a message on our community wall as well, and you can find our calendar with events today. This event is marked on the calendar as well, and you can see suggested connections which are specifically for you based on your student's age, based on the subject you teach, based on your country, your activities, etc. And feel free to participate in this survey as well. But there's a lot more than that as well. We also have been creating groups. A group is a group of people, and we created a small group for this project. So feel free to join this group, and this has a co-creation wall, which allows you to drop videos and images, voice messages, links, and so you can work all together in this. I will drop the link in the chat right now. Feel free to join this group. You will be able to work with everyone who's attending this meeting as well. There it goes. There's a lot more in the new platform, more than just working together, collaboration. You can also ask for a new virtual interaction, which Ronnie has been doing. And then you can see like, hey, I would like to join Ronnie on this conversation about climate action project. I'm available. And then after you agreed on this, having this meeting, you can even find all of your virtual interactions on a map. You can see all of the meetings you had with other classrooms, the amount of virtual miles you traveled, to which countries, which continents as well. So that's really, really cool to see how you can do that. By the way, another really cool feature is that you can also visualize your network. So you can go to network and you can see the people who are closest working with you and share those on social media. But the real deal is the project itself. The real thing is that you run the project by going to our resources. You can find the curriculum here in several languages. You can find all of the activities here, the app, our Lego mini challenges, even our own Minecraft world, and all of the guidelines we have been sharing every week. The curriculum is available in a lot of languages. I think it was 17 right now. So from English, Spanish to Vietnamese, you can download the curriculum, but also those lesson plans on a weekly basis. Another thing which is really interesting are those activities. So you can find those here and you can select your student's age, your language, the subject you teach, and then you can find the most interesting activities, not made by us, but made by people like you, teachers. And then the most important thing is that you share your weekly progress. Every week, you're going to be sharing what you've been doing that week with your students. It can be like a video, it can be like a link to a website, a presentation, a PDF, a Word document, just anything what you've been working on for that week. And the most important part of that is that other teachers will be able to learn from your work as well. So you can see at all weeklies what the other teachers have been doing, and you can see that some are already running the project. You can select on year, you can select the country, and then you can find other people's work for all of those different weeks. A special thing is that we will be asking you to plant trees, if that's possible, and then you can plant your, you can submit your tree planting, sorry for this, and with pictures, the amount of trees you planted, the location of it, the species, and then you can automatically claim your tree planting certificate. And really special, you will be offered a tree in a different country. So I will get a tree like in Botswana because I did an effort with my students. You can also find the tree the certificate for the whole project here. So everything will be going fully automatically this year. Last but not least, our news, what's happening. We will be featuring your news as well. So make sure that you share stories and activities as well. The website is available in 20 different languages, all of the world languages. So that this means that if you go to the website in your own browser and your browser is in German or French or Hindi, Arabic, whatever language, the website will appear in that certain language. Who's excited about the new platform? Our first call to action would be please register at this platform and start working with other people. Jen?
Thanks, Koen. You know, for me and our team at Take Action Global, we really believe in global collaboration. And so I know I have really loved connecting with so many people that are a part of the project on different social networks. And we've always dreamed about having a social network for teachers, a community of practice where teachers could come together, they could connect around social action and ways that they can create change for climate. And so this platform is going to allow us to do that. I think the other thing for me with the platform, so I started doing virtual exchange back in 2010, and it took about 6 months to be able to find a connection, get prepared, find ways that we were going to work through challenges like time zones and technology. And then even if we finally got it to work, it might have had some problems. So to be able to see this platform and ways that teachers can connect, they can share resources, they can do it in many different languages that can translate into their own native language. And then they can connect and find times that they can get their students to also connect. I think this is really powerful. So thank you so much for all the work that you and our development team have done to get prepared for this moment. This is really exciting for us at Take Action Global. And so this is a space for teachers. And you all, as the educators guiding the students, this is your space. We also have spaces for your students. So Koen's going to tell you about a way that your students can also connect.
Yes. First of all, I want to thank all of the translators who have been working on the platform. I've been seeing Karina, who did Hebrew. I've been seeing a lot of people, Angela, Romanian. I've been seeing a lot of people. Yeah, we have simply too many people online right now, so I'm not able to keep track, but all of those people have been translating in those 20 languages, and it's a lot of work. So thank you so much for that. So I've been talking a lot about the platform and a lot to the teachers, but we also made something for the students as well. We made an app because not everyone knows what to do themselves on a personal level to tackle the climate emergency. So what can I do? What is a very easy thing I can do when I'm 6 years old, 12 years old, 18, or even like an adult? Well, we made an app which is showing you those small actions everyone can take on a daily basis, and it's showing you the impact, the amount of carbon avoided by going to school by bike, by using my phone 1 hour less, by taking the shower instead of the bath, by doing so many different small actions which really matter. But it's also really important to show to the world what the impact is of our work, our amazing work, your work, the impact of that. Some people just speak research, and they speak about the amount of carbon avoided by certain things businesses are doing, but we are doing a lot too. And we can show them what our impact is basically. So in the app, it's a free app. You can find it at earthproject.org. You can find it for iOS and Android, and you can start taking small actions and keep track of what you're doing and see your impact. But you can also work together and create a small team. And then we come with a small challenge because we have a leaderboard where you can see how your team is doing. And you can do this between two groups in your same school. You can do it between different schools and have a small challenge and see who is doing the best effort, basically. And then you can dive into the details and see for which categories you're doing a really good job. We're also trying to improve the app, so we will be adding new features like badging and many other things throughout the next weeks as well. So my second request would be, please install this app, not only the students, but also the teachers. It works for students as from an age of 13. If the students are younger, you as a teacher can create a classroom and keep track of your students' efforts, basically. So you can create groups and keep track of their efforts. Okay. Jen, let's talk about impacts.
All right. So, as we said, you and your students are going to be working to establish some solutions. Now, we have been working over the past several years seeing incredible ideas come from your classrooms. And some of them really surprised us. Some of them were not what we expected. And we want to share what those can look like here. But this year, this next 6 weeks, we're going to find new ones that we never would have imagined. There's new technology, there's new challenges locally. So a couple of them, this first one brings in the power of art and creativity. So we're going to need all the creative ideas to help solve our climate crisis. And a great way to do that is through the arts. So we might have students who are creating art installations, advocacy campaigns, theater productions using art, media, digital design. So you see here, students of different ages creating and building for the future. So we're going to have some more around learning through play and design that you're going to be hearing out about over the next few weeks. So we loved to showcase this idea here. Koen?
Yes, I'm sorry. So we have seen so many great ideas. Don't feel obliged to replicate any of those, but feel free to do so. So in China, we had students who created their own garden on the roof of the school. In Vietnam, we had plastic recycling and planting little plants in those. We had impact of teachers who shared great technology like those quite inexpensive VR goggles, which you can use. And in India, we had students creating a solar-driven cart and their own bioplastic. And so it's really important that you share with other participants how you have been doing this so that others can replicate and disseminate as well. And we come back to this virtual interaction. This is really the highlight of the students. So if you are able to do that, please try to do it. Try to find other people and have those virtual interactions. This is one between Belgian students and students in Kenya, and they're explaining what they learned, and they will discover that climate change may have different effects in Kenya and in Belgium as well. Jen?
All right. So all of you are here and have volunteered to be a part of this program. So we have so many people to thank. As Koen mentioned, we have a team of translators who have been coming and showing up, working really hard over the past several months. We also have a team of facilitators. These are educators all around the world who are going to be there ready to support you as participants throughout your journey. We also want to recognize you. And so we do that in a number of ways. There'll be opportunities for you and your students to share out in some of our formal and informal celebrations. We also have certificates. So we'll have certificates for you, your classrooms. You'll be able to access those throughout the project as you finish up. And then we have digital badges, which help to earn micro-credentials and PD hours, which we know are important in different parts of the world. So you'll be able to access all of those different forms of recognition of your learning and your experience throughout this 6-week program.
We also celebrate. So we have been setting up webinars with experts throughout the past years, with Matt from WWF, with Rick from NASA, and Céline Cousteau. Some of you may have attended some of those, but then we noticed that it may be really interesting to bundle all of those really great people and make a big event, basically. And this Climate Action Day is a live, online, and free event which is created for you, specifically for you and your students. And we bring together royalty, presidents, ministers, but also youth activists, famous people, people from the UN, from many organizations, but you will be able to be part of this event as well. So we will make sure that you will be able to briefly share your impact, the positive actions you took, the solution you came up with, etc., etc. So you will be asked for, or we will offer you the ability to create a small video, which we will show throughout the event. And some of the speakers prefer having students online, asking them questions. So we will make sure that throughout the following 6 weeks, we will be offering a lot of opportunities for you, because we want to make you shine. You can find the speakers who are already confirmed at climateactionday.net. Feel free to register already, and we will be sharing more information, and stay tuned for really awesome and amazing speakers. So Jen, how to get started?
All right. So if you are here, that means you probably are already registered for the project, but registration is still open, and you and your colleagues are able to join at climateactionproject.org. So as Koen mentioned, you'll be able to create your own profile. Each teacher would need to register. So your students don't need to register. They will be included under you. As you jump in, please feel free to say hello. We'd love to see you there. And then you can start to explore the curriculum and the lesson plans. So we are going to kick off next Monday, but everything is already there for you to access and to start planning. And then each week we're going to be guiding you through activities. We're going to be celebrating. As Koen said, we love to join together in celebration of this work. So you're going to be hearing a lot from Koen, myself, and our team of facilitators. This is going to be an opportunity too for you to share back. So please, as you're going through, even if it's just a question, submit your work online. So you'll be able to submit every week and share back with it within the community. Don't forget, you can keep track of your efforts through the platform, of course, but also through the Earth Project app, which is a free iOS and Android app available to you and to your classrooms.
Amazing. So a few questions in the chat. Feel free to drop your questions in the chat. It will be a mess if we start giving you the microphone. Let's put it like that. But a few questions. Jazan, yes, this presentation has been recorded. We will be sharing it with all of those who registered for the call. A good question from Swati as well. So she has an Echo Club with several teachers, and all of those teachers need to register individually, making sure that they all get the activities and guidelines, that they all have access to everything, that they are able to grow their own personal learning network, PLN, their network, but also that they are able to keep track of their impact and share it online as well with their students' findings. And also a very good question, but it was a private one, so you will not be able to find it in the chat, but a teacher claims that the students already did the project last year, so you can do it in a different way this year. They can focus a bit more on the solutions and the actions. So yes, I think there's several things you can do. Also, feel free to explore the activities because there's so many different things there, and everything is very different with a different kind of impact. A good question about the old platform. The old platform is not going to be used anymore. We will make sure that you can still access your work over there, but make sure to run the project on the new platform right now because everyone will be active over there. And if you're working on the old platform, people will not be able to see what you've been submitting, okay? So we have not been able to transfer all of your work, like the weekly submissions from the old to the new platform. I'm very sorry for that, but that was just technically impossible. But we will make sure that it will be that it will remain to be there, basically. But make sure to work on the new platform. In the weekly actions, you can just upload one video. That's correct. We are working on that. We are going to make sure that one teacher can have several groups, and for each group you can submit the video, but it will take a while. It's really complicated. And our developer Bram told us that it will not be ready by the beginning of the project. I'm so sorry for this. On the other hand, it has been like this for the past 6 years as well, but we will make sure that we will add this new feature. Hello to all of the facilitators. I've been seeing a lot of them. Facilitators also need to register as a participant at the platform. That's a question from Raniana. Any other questions? Feel free to drop it in the chat. Okay. Yes, Josanne, I would say try to make your own account as well, because we have those groups for the facilitators and the ambassadors as well, in which we will be sharing, but you can coordinate with the teachers. Yeah. And Josanne recently was able to secure a very good speaker, the Minister for Climate in Brazil, which is a big one. Thank you for that. That's great. Muna, feel free to post on behalf of all of the classes because you are the head of the sustainability committee. Yeah, that's great. Okay. Thank you. Some people are claiming that the new platform is amazing. That's wonderful feedback. Thank you so much. Yes, we will be having the WhatsApp groups. A really good question. We are having those in different languages, and we just decided to keep those groups, so not to be creating new groups this year for all of those different languages. Yeah. So we will be running the project and coordinate and synchronize in those groups as well. So if you get a link for WhatsApp and you are on WhatsApp, feel free to join those groups. We will be sharing those links very, very soon. That's a good question. I will hand it over to Jennifer. We had a question, Jen. What are the criteria for a student to be selected to speak online during COP28? So just to be sure, there's COP28, which is the climate conference in December this year. It's the end of November and the beginning of December. It will be in the UAE this year in Dubai. Every year it's in a different country. It's set by the UN, and all of the world leaders, NGOs will be there. It's not our event, but however, this year there will be a day dedicated to climate education on December 8th, and we may be there, but we are not the ones to decide who gets to speak at the event. But our own Climate Action Day is on November 2nd, and this is by the Climate Action Project by TAG, basically. Okay. Jen, anything you want to add to that?
Sure. Yes, thank you to everyone adding questions in the chat. So it's been interesting with our work. So Koen and I are educators, as you've heard. If you're new to the project, our facilitators, our translators, they're all educators. We are a community of teachers, and we started really small, and every year it's grown. So this day, Climate Action Day, is in celebration of our community and our community of what we're able to do within education, transforming teaching and learning, bringing climate into all of the content areas, but also what we're able to do in the world of climate. And so we have a lot of different experts who join, world leaders, dignitaries, climate scientists. It's really exciting because this week we're here back at the UN. We've come every year. And for the first few years we were here, it was quite frustrating because we felt education was really being left out of the conversation, not only around climate change, but also around sustainability, global action. This year, we're starting to see that change. So we are seeing an emphasis on climate and on education, not yet necessarily combined. But something else that we saw was a lot of our speakers who have participated in Climate Action Day in the past now are on this global stage here in New York City. So that's something we're really proud of. And a lot of those speakers came to us through you all, our community of teachers, who said, we have a great speaker here locally. We think their message is important. So if you have someone who you feel you think their ideas and their voice should be heard and represented, we're always putting out surveys asking for your ideas and feedback, because this is a community-driven organization. So we always would love to hear from you. I think the question in the chat is regarding students, so probably students in your own classrooms that can participate. So within the sessions, we will have students sharing their own ideas, but we also have opportunities for students to join as the interviewers, to pose questions, to submit ideas. We will have a lot of material for students to use in advance of and during the day of Climate Action Day. So there's going to be a lot coming up on that. But I think our biggest message is, if you have ideas for student speakers, presenters, or really anything around the Climate Action Project, Kun and I need to hear from you. We want to make sure that everyone is able to contribute and share, and this is how we grow. And this is one of the big reasons that we are able to have a platform this year. We heard from you. We said this is something we need to dedicate time to. So hopefully next year we can grow in new ways. So thank you for that question, and we hope to hear from you soon.
Yeah, and on that part, Tatiana already asked if we need the Minister of Environment in Moldova. Yes, please. So if you have great speakers, we can guide you as well. You would be surprised how many former presidents are happy to speak at our event, but you need to do it in the right way. You need to send them a formal invitation, and we have those documents which you can change. So feel free to reach out to us, and I'm happy to share those with you. Also, during the project, honestly, this project is not about me or Jen, it's about you. We want you to shine and to make a big impact, and you to grow, and your school to grow, and your students to grow. So we will also be sharing press releases and help you to reach out to press, so that press covers your story, not us, your story, basically. Another few questions. The dates are flexible, so feel free to skip a week due to holidays or other engagements. Feel free to combine 2 weeks. Feel free to focus on a different thing on the second week, something like that. So no need to go to school during holidays. We are really flexible here. The age of the students, we are working with students in kindergarten. So we had participants at the age of 4 years old, and they're doing very different things than students age 16 and 18. And we even had students at high colleges and universities. So yes, we also prefer having you with students who are a bit older. Yeah. Criteria for students to be featured as speakers during Climate Action Day. Well, we would like to give the opportunity to as many students as possible. We will be sharing more on that. What is our only criteria? That it is about the project and not about their sports or food or something like that. And we want speakers from every continent. We want all people to be represented and not just a certain country or continent. Thank you, Ian. Hope you're having a blast. Ian is in New York now at the UN. And I think that's all. Yeah. So thank you so much for joining. What Jen always does with those kind of meetings, she really likes taking pictures. So maybe we can do the same right now if everyone is turning on the webcam and smiling a lot. The only issue is that you have to keep smiling because it's 7 pages of people. So a lot of pictures, taking them now. 5, 6, 7. Thank you so much. What I'm going to do is pretty risky right now. And Jen knows what I'm
do. Let's do it.
So, yeah, you're now able to unmute yourselves and feel free to say hi to each other as we are going to leave this meeting. Thank you so much for joining and have a great day.
Thank you so much.
Everyone. Bye.
You all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye,
everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very
Thank you for the
much.
session.
Bye.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, thank you.
Bye, Deborah.
Ciao.
Bye, bye. Yes.
Bye, Delphine. Bye, Boher.